Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today is Wednesday, March 15th, 8:46 a.m. My name is Brennan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Tony Marabella, Mr. Pete Freeman will be your panel. Staff and support seat at the DOC headquarters of Baton Rouge, our remote location, Louisiana State Penitentiary. With staff and support, please introduce yourself there. I can't, y'all must be on mute. We can't hear y'all.
We are no longer muted, Mr. Kelsey. Deputy Warden Falgood.
Regular Latin Rule classification.
Jody Sargent, training. Jane Babel, offender records.
Cindy Park, nurse practitioner.
Tanya Faust, hospice nurse.
All right, great. Ready for our first case? Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Greg, can you say your name and your DOC number?
My name is Gregory Franks, and I'm sitting here with my record, and
They need your DOC number.
my DOC number. DOC number is 11 7 52 65.
Can you give me his date of birth?
Date of birth is I can't see it really here.
Mr. Kelsey, Warden Falgood.
Yes.
If you'd allow Ms. Park to go ahead and give you a little background medically.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. I just wanted to see cognitively where he was, but yes, that's perfect. Yeah, you can go ahead, Miss Cindy. You can go ahead and I'm going to read some to the record just for the record, and then you can give some information. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gregory Franks, DOC number 115265, third class offender, not eligible for good time life, full term, habitual possession of cocaine. And controlled and Schedule 2 controlled dangerous substance, 400 grams or more. All right, Miss Cindy, can you give us a little information on Mr. Franks?
Yes, sir. Mr. Franks he has lived in the skilled nursing unit for about a year. He has a pretty extensive medical history of hypertension, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, enlarged prostate. But over the course of the last couple years, he started to develop worsening confusion. We tried a number of times to let him live in the compound in the assisted living dorm, but he just didn't do well there. He's very forgetful. He would do things like try to get into other people's beds. Sometimes he would pee in inappropriate spots. But he's lived in the nursing unit, and he does well if he has his own set bed, and he is able to sometimes go to the bathroom, but he frequently urinates or is incontinent on himself. He needs constant redirection. He's actually talking much better today because some days he's unable to find words. I think I sent a video to you, and that day he could say his name, but other than that, he was just unable to find the words. He needs to have a constantly controlled environment as he'll try to walk out of the nursing unit. He's bathed and dressed by the orderlies. He eats well by himself. He is pleasant and cooperative all of the time. But his condition has been worsening over the last 2 years.
So what's his physical condition? Is he ambulatory?
He does walk with a slow, unsteady gait, but he is ambulatory.
With an assistive device?
No, he wouldn't remember to use the assisted device. He has actually fallen a number of times, but he actually fell this weekend in the shower. But he just won't remember to use an assistive device. He just gets up and goes. And for the most part, he does well with this walking distance that he has from the bathroom to his bed. We put his bed very close to the bathroom, and that's pretty much where he walks to, is to the bathroom, back to his bed.
And who's just for the record in the back there, did she give you who's that behind us?
That's actually his daughter that we just found out he had a daughter this morning.
Okay. Just for the record, can you give me your name so I can just put you in the record, please?
Latasha Hill.
Natasha, okay, Natasha, thank you for being here. Your daughter, okay. And you just found out when?
This morning,
That's
that
all.
when she showed up, we were glad to see her.
Good, good. And so he's not had any type of stroke, and has he been diagnosed with any type of Alzheimer's or dementia?
So our psychiatrist, a psychiatrist and the nurse practitioners determined that he has a neurocognitive disorder. It's as a non-Alzheimer's dementia. And talking to his daughter, she tells me that his family has a very long history of early dementia.
Okay. Mr. Marabella might have a question or two. For you.
Ms. Park, I do have a few questions, just to make sure that the record is complete. He's been in approximately 20 years, 19, 20 years, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And I see he had a write-up in April of last year for aggravated disobedience. Do we know what that was about? Was that one of these issues where he was forgetful and did something that he
Warden
probably?
Falcon.
Mr. Mayor, this is Warden Falco. Yeah, he was in dormitory and security officer. I was just reading that. That's the only write-up I see in his record. He was told by security to put a pair of jeans on when he was moving around in the dormitory, and he did not comply with that order. And that's the result. He got that write-up.
And when was that?
That is going to be April 14th of 22.
And his cognitive level was similar to what it is now in April?
Yes,
As
sir.
Ms. Parks was saying, this is the time frame in the transition where they were trying to put him into population.
I got
it just was not working out.
Okay, great, thank you.
He probably lasted, I try to keep them in a dorm where they have more socialization with their peers, but he didn't probably last a week and a half out there before we decided he was going to have to live in the nursing unit permanently.
Ms. Park, is there a plan for him? He listed in the records that he's going to be living with, that he'd like to live with his sister. Are you familiar with that environment or where he would go?
I just spoke to his daughter, and she is a CNA, and she also works with the school board, and she would like to try to take him home with her to see how well he does, but she also works in a nursing home. And so if she felt that she was unable to take care of him, but she would like to try to see if she could take care of him in her home.
And in your opinion, is that an appropriate potential solution here?
It would be difficult. But she does have the experience of being a CNA.
My inclination would likely be to grant his parole, but the question is, what do we do with that? Where does he go? Do you have any suggestions? It's my understanding that he probably doesn't qualify to go to Villa in.
So, he does walk. He is able to do things for himself. If he goes, I would be nervous about letting him around a stove, that sort of thing. I think he would be better in a nursing home situation, but if there's somebody at the house with him all the time, it would be doable, but there would need to be someone with him all the time.
Yeah, it sounds like 24-hour care. You do need somebody around the clock.
Yes, sir.
Miss Natasha, is there anybody, will somebody be there, or he be going home with you?
Yes, I have 5 sisters.
And somebody would be at 24-hour care, somebody would be there wherever he's living?
He would be living with me. I live next door to one of my sisters. Well, 2 of them. I live next door to 2 of my sisters. And the other one just lives maybe a mile away. But the two that live next door, they're very helpful. We took care of my grandmother until her Alzheimer's got real bad, and then we had to put her in nurse home when it got real bad. But we changed her as we changed her, and we're used to the changing and the experience that my dad is going through. I am anyway, because I work in a nursing home, Mansfield Nursing Center in Mansfield, Louisiana.
While you're at work, well, somebody who will be there.
Yes, sir. If it get where I can't handle it, I want to, I will put.
While you're at work, who will be there with him is the question I'm asking. I mean, you gotta work, you gotta make a living,
Yes, sir. My oldest sister.
so she doesn't work.
No, sir. The baby girl don't work either.
But somebody will be there all day during the day, and then when you got home, you'd be there during the night, that kind of.
And if it
Correct.
got manageable, you're telling us you believe you could get him in a nursing home?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Warden, any other input you gonna give us? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking at his last couple of years, and as Cindy said, he's not been in a dormitory setting for any great length of time. Be it either going back to an outside medical facility or coming back into the infirmary here at Angola.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, now prepare to vote. Mr. Marabella?
This is a very difficult one. My vote to parole him is not a difficult one, but to what to do with him is the real answer. So my vote today would be to grant his parole to live with his daughter and be supervised by his daughter and her sister. And in the event that doesn't work out, hopefully we'll get him into a nursing facility. His charges are drug charges. I think he's in a medical condition now that he's not a threat to society or a danger to society. He only had one write-up in 19 years, and that was understandable because of his medical condition. So that would be my vote.
All right. Mr. Freeman?
I agree with Mr. Marabella. You know, you're taking on a lot of responsibility, but I do feel that you would try to get him in a nursing home if you could not handle him, as y'all have dealt with this in the past. So, and also, you know, if you run into a bind, getting him in that nursing home, speak with probation and parole. They have some transition specialists that'll also try to find a suitable living place.
All right, 2 votes to grant. Also, I'm going to vote to grant to Ms. Natasha's house with the rest of the sisters. Again, he's going to require around-the-clock care, so that he can't handle that. Looking for long-term care solutions. But 3 votes to grant. They both been granted. Good luck.
Get to go home and be with